2025 Junior Cert Maths, higher level question 7. One section of a golf course shown is in the shape of a rectangle with a semicircle at one end. This shape has a width of 50, they've given us that there, and a total length of 300. That's grand. So this is unknown and this is unknown, x and y. Work out the distances marked x and y on the diagram. Okay. So if this is 50 across, then to draw the circle, this has to be 25, okay? So we can already say, is this meters? That's 25 meters because this is half the diameter, which is 50, so that's fine. So if that is 25 there, then y is 300 take away 25, which is 275. Okay, so that's 275 meters. So that's the first part. Work out the total area of this section of the golf course. Okay, so well, the rectangle is so rectangle. I just say RET. Rectangle is y is 275 multiplied by 50. And the half circle is half pi r squared. Sorry, I should redo that there. So that's what I want it to be. So half circle equals a half pi r squared, which is 25 2b squared. Okay, so let's work it out. It's half because pi r squared is a full circle. So this will be 275 multiplied by 50. So that's 13,750. And this one is going to be 0.5 multiplied by 25 to be squared multiplied by shift pi. All right, so I'll give it its proper number. So that's 981 to the nearest meter squared. So that's 981.74. So I'll add those two together then, plus 13,750. So my answer is 14,731. 14,731.7477. 7477. So to the nearest meter squared, that's going to be 14732 meters squared. All right, so that is part 2 of part of A. Math check is spreading fertilizer on the whole golf course. So the whole golf course is not that previous section, it's more. The packet of fertilizer has these instructions. Use 6 liters of fertilizer for per 250 meters squared of ground to be covered. Math check needs to cover this amount of ground. So how many liters does he need? Okay. So let's divide this number by 250 to find out how many 6 liters does he need. So let's do that number there. So that's 809,371 divided by 250. So that's 37.484. 37.484 but I need to divide that again. So that's for 6 liters. So if I divide this again, so I need to divide that by 6 to find out the actual number of liters, I think. Because when I do that, I'm finding out 6 liters, but I need actual liters. So if I divide that number by 6, I will get 539 liters to the nearest whole number. So 539.58. So we'll say 540 liters. Okay. Right. Oh, sorry. The fertilizer is made up of 3 ingredients, A, B, and C, in the following ratio. 1 is to 3 over, 2 is to 5/3. Work out the number of milliliters of B in 1 liter. Okay. So if you look at these two, right, that's a half and that's a third. I'd be inclined to multiply them all by 6. So if I multiply 1 by 6, it'll turn into 6. If I multiply this by 6, it'll be 6 over 1. So I'll just do it up here so that I show my work. 6 over 1. So that's 6 threes is 18. All over 2 is 9. So I'm going to change that to 9. And the other one then is 5 over 3 multiplied by 6 over 1, which is 30, all over 3, which is 10. So that's going to be like that. Okay, using LCM of 1, 2, and 3. Okay, which is really all I did there. Now, if I add those together, 6 and 9 is 15, plus 10 is 25. Okay, so that's kind of the way the ratios are working there. So the total parts then is 6 plus 9 plus 10 is equal to 25. All right. So to determine the portion of B, so B is 9 all over 25. So to convert it into milliliters then, so that's 1 liter. So if I say that's 1,000 milliliters, so 1 liter is 1,000 milliliters. So if I say 1,000 multiplied by 9 over 25, let's work out what that is. So 1,000 multiplied by 9 divided by 25 in brackets, I get 360. So I think that should be milliliters directly now. It would be, yeah. So 360 milliliters. Okay, so all I did here was simplify this to get rid of the fractions. To turn it into 6 is to 9 is to 10, and then multiply by 9 over 25 parts by 1,000 milliliters to give me the milliliters answer there. So that was that. Next one. D. The tank for spreading fertilizer in the shape of a cylinder. The radius of the tank is 90 centimeters. They're putting that in bold, so let's be careful with that in case they're looking. Oh yeah, okay, you see the way? So it's centimeters here, but they're looking for meters later. Okay, so we need to watch that one. So this is meters, so that's the same as saying 440 centimeters, I think. Yeah. All right, so we just need to watch that in a second. Work out the volume. Okay. So it's 40 centimeters. So I could change this to 0.9 meters. Let's do it like that, actually. Let's do it like that. So if I go to my log tables, just in case you've forgotten these things, but this is given to you, obviously. So here is my cylinder here, right? So the volume formula is there. So pi r squared h, okay? So volume is equal to pi r squared h. Well, r is 0.9. So let's just crank it in here. So that's going to be 0.9 squared multiplied by h, which is 4 meters. Okay. So then I'm going to put that into the calculator. So that's going to be 0.9 squared multiplied by 4 multiplied by pi. So that's 81 over 25 pi. But I need it because they're asking for 2 decimal places, so I need to turn it into an actual number of decimal places. So that's 178. So that's 10.178. So to bring that to 2 decimal places, it's going to be 10.18 meters cubed. Okay, so that's my answer there. Next part, the diagram on the right shows a different cylindrical tank which has a volume of this. I'm just looking at that there now.
Is there something specific you'd like to know?
Okay, so this is a different size. Its length is 3 times as long as its radius. So I don't know either, but I know that this is R. So the volume is this. So volume is equal to pi r squared, and this is actually not h any longer. It is h, but let me just rewrite it. It's going to be pi r squared multiplied by 3 times r, because they've told me that this here in particular is 3 times r there, right? So that's the answer here. So pi r squared 3r equals 81 pi all over 125. Okay, so I can say 3r cubed here, because when I multiply 3 by r squared, I get 3r cubed. I leave the pi there for now, equals 81 pi all over 125. Okay, so I need r by itself. So I'll divide across by 3 pi. So I've just entered that in the calculator there. So I'm going to divide across by 3 pi. So that's going to give me 2.13. Okay, so r cubed is equal to 2.131. I'll write the full number out. 8345551. Okay, but that's r cubed. I need r. So to get that, I'm going to get the cube root of that number. 4551. So r is going to be shift cube root of my previous answer, 1.287. 1.287 in meters. So that's my answer. All right, and is that it for that question? It is.